greenie. Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. So we're just gonna get right into it. So I tried to make this one beginner friendly. Here I'm showing you the pump that I use to blow up my balloons. I do purchase this from Amazon. Now, this one isn't super expensive. It is quite affordable. It's not going to be the most expensive pump on the market, but it does get the job done. The only thing you're going to have problems with this pump is blowing up like double stuffed 5-inch balloons. I do use a hand pump to do that. But for everything else, honestly, works quite fine. So right here, I am going to show you how I blow up the balloons with the pump. Sorry, the pump is not really in frame, but I blow them up. As you can see right now, my balloons are inflated. I release some of the air and I push in the balloon just to give it a nice round shape. So all the balloons in the Garland don't have this cone look to them. You do want your balloons to look round. Okay, so I am going to show you how I tie my two balloons together. Once again, when I do tie them, the way that I tie them, you should get this hole. This is good if you want to reuse your balloons because you just stick something right in that space right there and you're able to release the balloons or untie the balloons quite easily. So once again, I'm deflating the balloon a little bit, rounding it out, and then I'm going to take the two necks. I'm going to wrap it once and then twice. Wrapping it 2 times is what's going to get you that nice little space, that little hole that you get when you stretch the tails out. That helps you to, again, untangle your balloons if you're looking to reuse your balloons for whatever reason. Okay, see that hole? There you go. Yes, ready to go. Tighten that up a little bit so it doesn't deflate. Then you're going to take your 2 dupes, your 2 pairs. You're going to intertwine them. So you're just going to twist 2 balloons from each pair together. I do about 3 times. That normally does the trick, and they shouldn't go anywhere after that. Okay, so right here I'm showing you the balloon sizes that I'm using. The red is actually 9-inch. I got 9-inch only because they didn't have any more 12-inch. So the red is 9-inch, the black is 12-inch, and then in both red and black I also have these 18 inches. I'm going to take these 18-inch pairs and I'm going to combine it to make a cluster of 6. And of course, I showed you the 5 inches as well. So I have 18 inches, 9 inches, 12 inches, and 5 inches. Right here, I was just showing you the neck that you're going to want to grab because I like to tie my necks together to make the base. So you're going to go in the middle and you're going to find the stretchiest neck that you can find because it's going to be easier to tie them together. So right here again, I'm showing you a nice stretchy neck. I'm going to take the 2 necks from each cluster, or 1 neck from each cluster, and I'm going to tie them together and make a knot. Later on, like in a couple minutes, I will show you another method. Here's what it looks like when you tie the 2 necks together. And if you're not comfortable with tying the necks, or if it's just an annoying process to you, you don't like it for whatever reason, I do show you how to use a 260Q balloon to make the base as well. But right now, I'm just showing you how I tie them together. So again, I'm reaching in, I'm grabbing the nicest, stretchiest neck I can find, and I'm tying those bad boys together. Now, right here, you have a nice sturdy base. So right now, I'm making the base. This is where you're gonna wanna start off. Today, I'm not using like a pattern. I'm just randomly placing my clusters together. So instead of going red, gold, black, red, gold, black, red, gold, black, I'm just kind of doing it random. So I have here red, black, red, then I added a gold. And yeah, I'll just continue adding whatever my mind tells me to add. Okay, so the length of your base that you're going to start with all depends on the style that you're going for or the look that you're going for. So right now I'm going to hold my base up against my garland, or not my garland, against my backdrop, just to measure, see if I want to go longer, and I do decide to add another cluster. I don't really know why, but I decided to go to the other side for, again, whatever reason. And I was much more happier with it on this side. Do not ask me why. It's just how I was feeling in the moment. Right. I like this. All right, so moving on to how I attach the garland to the backdrop. So I do use spring clamps. You can purchase spring clamps on Amazon. You can get it from any hardware store like Home Depot if you're in Canada, Canadian Tire, stuff like that, places like that. I do add a 260Q balloon. I tie it up so that it makes a loop, and I attach that to the spring clamp. That's gonna help hold the balloons in place. Remember to stay hydrated, drink that water, very important, okay? Okay, so again, showing you my 3 points that I'm going to use to attach my garland. Here are the 260Qs that I used, and I made the loop to attach to a spring clamp. And here is the second method that you can use to make your base if you do not like to tie your necks together. So you're going to use one end of that 260Q, tie it to a cluster, nice and snug, make sure it's not going anywhere. Then grab yourself another cluster, and then we're going to attach by tying the 260Q in like a figure 8 motion around 2 balloons, and that normally will do the job for you. A little 1-2 step is not mandatory, but please feel free to add it in if you feel necessary, okay? So we're gonna continue by adding another cluster. Go ahead and wrap your 260Q balloon around 2 balloons in like a figure 8 motion. Give it a little pull and you're good to go. You can just keep adding clusters on like this. If your 260Q is running out, you will go ahead and tie another 260Q just to extend it, and you just continue. All right, so I'm taking that loop that I have attached and I'm wrapping it or pulling it over 2 balloons just to hold it nice and snug against the backdrop. I'm doing that at all 3 points. So now that our base is attached, this is where we're gonna go ahead and add clusters to bring the garland to life. We're gonna add shape, we're gonna add a little character, and I continue by tying the necks together. So each cluster that I add to the garland, I am tying the necks together. Again, if you don't like to tie the necks together, feel free to use a 260Q to attach the clusters together. You can cut them shorter, or you can maybe I should have shown you, you can use one 260Q to add multiple clusters. It sounds weird, but when you see it, it will make sense. But for me personally, I do like tying the necks, so you will see me continue to tie the necks together as I'm adding each cluster. So I decided to add a piece to the side. It's going to be like a floating piece like this. As you can see here, I did make a smaller base. I'm adding my spring clamps. Here you see me tying the 260Q into a loop to add that to the spring clamp. And again, that's going to hold the balloon garland nicely on the side of the backdrop over here. So we're taking the loop and we're gonna wrap it around 2 of the balloons at each point. I decided to just bulk that side up a little bit. It looked a little weird to me in person. So I just added some more clusters of each color, the black, the red, and the gold. And I'm going to continue to bulk up the other side as well by adding more clusters, and keep playing with it until I get a shape that I like. So to get like a nice looking garland, to get a nice looking shape, I personally feel using various sizes works best. When you're inflating your balloons, you don't have to inflate the balloons at the exact same size. You can inflate like your 12-inch balloon to one to be a little bit smaller than the other. That way it helps create multiple sizes in your clusters, and it just creates a little bit more razzle dazzle when you're making the garland. I do use, again, mostly 12 inches, 18 inches, some 5 inches for detail. In this particular garland, again, those red balloons are 9 inches. And the bigger balloon, again, is 18 inches. So play with the different sizes. It helps to create like a more interesting looking garland. Moving on to those 5 inches. So I inflate these the exact same way you guys saw me inflate the 12 inches. And I put them together to make these 4-inch clusters. I use an elastic band and I wrap it around a balloon 2 times. So I'll show you again. I wrap it around one balloon. I do twist it like a hair tie and wrap it again. That holds it in place, because sometimes if you only do it once, they can fall off when you're playing with them. When you're manipulating them as you're making the garland, they can fall off. So go ahead and just wrap it around 2 times. Take that elastic band, wrap it around any of the balloons to add them to your garland. And they're quite flexible. You can move it around. You can detach it, reattach it. Put it in a place that you like best. Very easy, very simple. For me personally, I do not like too many 5 inches in my garland. They are absolutely necessary. They are absolutely a must for me, yes. But I don't like to overdo it. You do have some balloon stylists who that's their thing. They go crazy with the 5 inches. But like, as you continue, styling your balloons, you're gonna find your own little thing that you like, your own little style. And you just work with that. You work with that. You don't have to do what everybody's doing. You do what you like to do, okay? But yeah, that's just about it. This is pretty much my last step. Adding in these 5-inch clusters all over the garland, and that's it. Okay, so there you have it. This is the end result. I did go ahead and add these 2 stands, just to complete the look. Let me know what you guys think. A long time ago, somebody asked me to do a video on the gold, red, and black. If that person is watching, you're probably like, sis, like that was months ago. But it was still on my mind. I still wanted to do it. So let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. This was geared to like be a little bit more beginner friendly. If there was something that I didn't cover, something that wasn't clear, let me know. Ask questions in the comments and I will answer them, or potentially like make a video if necessary. Thank you so much for watching again. Keep on supporting your girl. Keep liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, all that good stuff. And I will see you in the next one. God bless. you.